The Dugout Dairy Bar in humble old G-Town, Kentucky. Do you want to smash? Then come on down and grab you a smash burger, son. Do you like ice cream? Of course you do. This is the place to come for cream, son. So get in your truck and come on down to the Dugout Dairy Bar in Grayson, Kentucky. They serve fresh food, not fast food. Screw Bill. Hey son, what's up son? So here's the deal son, we're going to learn how to solve one of these things, okay? And it is pretty hard, so I will, stop acting stupid and we'll learn accordingly. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how fast I can solve one of these motherfuckers so you know I'm legit. So I'm going to solve this thing first and you're going to see how good I am at this shit. So keep in mind, I got to keep this in frame. I could do it faster, but... Alright, so here's the deal, son. These things are pretty hard to solve, but they're not as hard to solve as people think. People want to act like you have to use mathematical algorithms, and sure, that might be true on some expert level of thinking, but the way that I like to think of it is there are patterns and sequences that you have to remember in certain situations. So rule number one is we're going to keep the white side on the bottom, and we're always going to solve the whole white first layer first. So we're going to solve the white side first, but we're also going to solve the whole first layer here. Okay, so the whole first layer is going to be solved as we solve the white side. We're not just going to solve a white side, we're going to solve a whole layer to start off. Okay, so this is a method that they call the beginner's method, and we're going to use it to learn how to solve the cube. Okay, so what the first thing you want to do is you want to make a daisy. So always remember this too. This is always going to be the white side because the white centerpiece. This is always going to be the orange side because the orange centerpiece. This is always going to be the yellow side because it's the yellow centerpiece, and so on and so forth. We also have to understand too that certain colors oppose the other color, right? So orange is opposite of red, yes. Blue is opposite of green, yep, okay. Weird one, white is opposite of yellow. That's the only weird one that you gotta really ponder on a little bit. But anyway, step one for the beginner's method to solve this cube is going to be to do a daisy. And how you do that is it's going to look something like this whenever we get it done. Right? It's going to look like a daisy, okay? And remember, we're going to keep our white side on the bottom whenever we solve this daisy. So let's go ahead and mix it up again. I'll show you guys how to do this daisy. Okay, so you want to find any white edge piece that you can find, okay? This is a white edge piece, so we're going to have to put it somewhere up here to make a daisy, okay? Boom, we did it. There's one of them, okay? Now, we got to do another one. Okay. Ah, look, there's a white edge piece. This is where our daisy goes. Ah, we did it. Okay. Here we go. Another white edge piece. We got to solve this daisy, right? Ah, we did it. There's 3. Okay, so you're 3/4 of the way through solving the daisy already. Okay. Now, there's our last one. I wonder what we got to do. Ah, there it is. 1 turn for each one of these daisies. We got lucky, but we had 1 turn for each one of these daisies. Right? Again, keep your yellow side up. Keep your white side on the bottom. Okay? Now, step 2 is to make this white cross right here. Okay? So the white cross is going to be solved by lining up each one of these white edge pieces with its corresponding center, right? So we got 1 white edge piece right here. So we need to line it up with the orange, okay? Now that we've lined it up with the orange with just 1 turn, we need to turn this side, the orange side, 180 degrees. 180, okay? That's going to solve one of those edge pieces for the white cross. And it's going to line up these 2 colors accordingly, right? So we got these all lined up accordingly, okay? So then next, what we're going to do is we're going to find another one, right? Blue, okay? We'll line our blue side up with the blue, okay? All it took was 2 turns of the top, okay? We're going to turn this blue side 180 degrees. 1, 2, 180, okay? Now we have that all solved, okay? Let's do it with the last 2, okay? Line the green up with the green. 1 turn, green side, 180, okay? Look, the red's already lined up for us, so we don't even have to turn anything. Let's turn the red side 180 degrees. Look what we got. We got a white cross. See it? It's good, okay? Ignore these 2 edge pieces. Those don't matter. They're not even solved. See? That's not lined up right. That's not even lined up right either. Don't even worry about anything except this white cross. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to solve these corner pieces. Now, what we want to do whenever we solve these corner pieces is we want to find any corner piece that we can find with white on it, right? There's one of them, okay? So, what do we do with the white, red, and green piece? Well, we line it up with the green and red side, okay? So, boom. 1 turn of the top layer, and it is lined up with the red side, and it's lined up with the green side. So this corner piece is going to be right here where this other white, orange, and green corner piece is. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you want to face the white side, the white corner piece towards you, right? And you can say, repeat this algorithm. You could say, repeat this sequence. But this is what we're simply going to do, okay? All right. Now it's solved. That corner piece is lined up with its corresponding centers, and the white corner in general is solved. So let's find another white corner. Okay, here's one. We got orange and green. So remember, keep your white side on the bottom, keep your yellow side on the top. Line it up with the orange side and the green side. Now here we go. We're going to face the white towards us, and we're going to repeat another algorithm. We're going to repeat another sequence, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be opposite of what we did last time because the corner piece was on this side. Now it's on this side. So repeat this. Okay. Now look, we've got our corner piece right where it needs to be. Okay. Don't worry about that piece. Don't worry about this piece. So in this particular situation, this these two white corner pieces that we need are actually in a rough spot, right? So it's completely out of whack in one corner and it's completely out of whack in another. So what I do in this situation is I just throw it back up in the top. Same goes for this one. It's not where it's supposed to be, and we still need to put it over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw it back in the top. Now we can easily solve this white corner piece because it's already lined up with our orange and our blue side. So face the white side toward you, repeat the algorithm. Boom. Okay. You got it. Okay. Now we got one more. Okay. It's already lined up for us. Okay. So lined up with the blue, lined up with the red, face the white towards you, repeat the algorithm. Boom. Now we have solved the first layer, right? Whole first layer, completely solved. So now we're back with the second layer, okay? The second layer is the easiest layer out of the whole entire shebang, son. It takes you the least amount of time, but the algorithms at first can mess with your head a little bit. But at the same time, once you get a couple of the sequences or algorithms down, it's pretty easy. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're solving these 4 edge pieces. We're not solving colors. We're solving pieces. It's much easier to think. It's much easier to solve the Rubik's Cube if you're thinking of solving in pieces. You do not solve by color, right? So let's find an edge piece that's on the top layer, because we are always going to keep our white on the bottom, keep our yellow on the top. Let's find any edge piece on this top layer that isn't yellow, okay? So this edge piece has yellow on it, okay? Forget it. This edge piece, it has yellow on it. Let's forget about it, right? But this edge piece right here, it's red and blue, right? So it needs to go right here. We're going to solve this one first because it's already lined up for us, right? It's lined up with the red side, okay? Which is what we have to do. We have to line our edge piece up with the right side, okay? And it's going to go right here. So in this situation, you repeat this sequence, you repeat this algorithm, okay? Okay, see? We have our edge piece completely lined up. We have one solved, right? That's what we were shooting for right there. So now we only have 3 more, which is great. Now let's find another edge piece on the top with no yellow on it, okay? Here's one right here, orange and blue, okay? So we're going to line the blue up with the blue side. Remember, keep your yellow on top, keep your white on the bottom, okay? And that, we're going to repeat the exact same algorithm because it needs to go on the left side, okay? Okay, so there you have it. Another edge piece is all solved, okay? So now we found ourselves between a rock and a hard place, okay? Because this edge piece needs to go over here, and this edge piece needs to go over here. Every edge piece that we see on the top layer now has got us screwed over because they're all yellow. In this particular situation, you would face wherever the pieces are. So since they're both right here, have them both facing you and repeat that same algorithm, right? Okay, so now look. Now your edge piece is right here where it needs to be. It's up on top. So you're able to line it up, your orange and green, with your orange and green. So, right? So solve your orange and green edge piece, line it up with its corresponding center. So we've got to solve our green and orange piece next, right? So now that we've got our green and orange piece lined up with our green side, we're going to repeat pretty much the same algorithm, but at the same time, it's going to be opposite of what we did last time because it's going to go on the right side. Okay, so boom. So now we've got our edge piece solved, right? Now we're going to solve our last edge piece. At that point, we'll have our whole second layer solved, okay? So let's go to our green and our red. It's the last one we got to do, right? It needs to go right there. So we're going to line our green up with our green side, okay? And we're going to repeat the algorithm that we did the first two times. Boom. Now you've got your whole first two layers solved. Easy money, right, son? Damn right, son. Okay. Now we move on to the third layer. Now the third layer, it can be a bit of a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. But once you get in it, once you solve it a million times, it's easy, okay? And I know that that sounds very stupid, so I'm going to reword that. The third layer, although it is the hardest, it is the most fun once you get into the nitty-gritty. And once you get it down and dirty, son, you'll be giving her hell all night long. I promise you that. Just make sure you stick strong to the videos, man, and I promise you, you'll be able to solve this thing in under a minute in no time. What's the first step we take whenever we solve our last layer? Well, we got to think, whenever we're solving our last layer, we're gonna be solving the whole yellow side, and then we're gonna be solving the whole entire rest of the cube, right? So what we want to do whenever we're taking our first step into solving the third layer is we want to get a backwards L. If you're lucky like we are, you've already got it, right? If you don't have it, you still repeat this same algorithm. And keep in mind, we don't want to break our L on the first two moves. So, okay. So, when we do that, we get this yellow line, okay? Now, we got to keep in mind, we do not want to break that yellow line on our first move, okay? But at the same time, you repeat the exact same algorithm. Okay, so hopefully what we've got at this point is a yellow cross. Just like we did in our first video, we had to get a white cross. Now, hopefully here we have a yellow cross, right? That's what we got. We got our yellow cross, okay? Now, another thing, which is the next step, is we're going to want to try and solve to get a little fish, okay? If you're lucky like we are, you've already got that fishy. See it? What you want to do with this fish is you want to point it towards your left shoulder, okay? And then you repeat this algorithm. And this is the most simple algorithm that you will repeat in solving this entire cube. Okay, so what the fish did to us is it turned its back on us because it's a little bitch, okay? Now, what do we do with a fish that wants to be a little bitch? Well, we point it towards our left shoulder, okay? We repeat that exact same algorithm. Now, if you've kicked that fish's ass, you should have the whole yellow side done, okay? Now, what we're going to do in this situation, okay, so in this situation, you've got the blue side done too, you've got the yellow side done, you've got the white side done. You literally only need to solve these two edge pieces and two corner pieces, right? So, this is where it gets complicated, all right? we're going to break our rule of keeping the white side on the bottom, okay? So, in this situation, make sure that your side that you have solved outside of the yellow and white side is facing towards the right, okay? And we want to make sure that we have our white side facing us now, all right? This is where it gets a little tricky, okay? This is probably the hardest algorithm that you'll have to remember, okay? So repeat this algorithm, repeat this sequence. All right? So, now let's take our white side. Let's put it back where we need it to be, okay? Now, you're going to have the opposing side of your color solved at this point, right? And remember, blue is always opposite of green. That's why we have our green side solved. Green side's completely solved. Now, this is where it all comes to a culmination, son. You only need to solve this edge piece, you need to solve this edge piece, and you need to solve this edge piece. So you've almost got this cube completely solved, right? This is what you do. Make sure that your side that you have solved is facing away from you, okay? Make sure your yellow's on top, make sure your white's on the bottom. Make sure the side that's solved is facing away from you, right? In your situation, it could be the orange side. In our situation, it's the green side, okay? Make sure it's facing away from you. You repeat this last algorithm, okay? And if you have done everything right, verbatim, you will have a solved Rubik's Cube, son. Completely solved, completely crisp, clear, just like that woman that you had to send up the road because she, got too mouthy. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but, we all have our shitty analogies. It is a solved Rubik's Cube. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this son of a bitch up. And I'm going to show you guys. Now, keep in mind that I could do this much faster if I wasn't having to stay in frame. And if I didn't have a mic in front of me, and I didn't have to make sure that this camera is catching the shot appropriately, but I'm just mixing this up randomly, right? I feel like that's good, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys real quick what you're gonna be able to do if you just go ahead and follow those steps, right? So. This is the beginner's method, the method that I just showed you guys how to do. There y'all have it, man. Make sure you watch the videos on repeat. Make sure you're following the sequences. Make sure you're rewinding a million times. Make sure you're pausing. Because I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube whenever I was just a young buck, probably 10 or 11 years old. And I did it with YouTube tutorials. So, no AI, son. All authentic. Screw Bill. And there y'all have it. Solve Rubik's Cube, son. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe because we're going to have a lot more videos where this came from. My cartoon pilot, Briggity Breasts, will be out very soon. I have the first 2 minutes, a pilot glimpse that you guys are going to be able to see very, very soon. Might even be out sometime this week. Just make sure you keep your eyes open. And I appreciate all of my subscribers, and please like and comment and share. And Ethan, come say something to these fuckers.
I'm colorblind.